All right, we're joined today by Dr. Porter, who is the president of ONTABA, the Ontario Association of Behaviour Analysts, and we're going to invite him now to give us his perspective on the importance of regulation and accreditation for professionals in the autism profession. Dr. Porter.
Thank you. I'd like to first of all thank you for inviting me here today. Certainly I think certification of behaviour analysts in the province of Ontario is an issue that is important not just to the autism community, but I would argue it's important to all Ontarians and everyone who pays taxes in this province to ensure that the services that those tax dollars go to are delivered by ethical, qualified individuals. And for us, that certification means accountability of service and it means quality of service. We have at ONTABA been looking at certification of behaviour analysts in Ontario for a number of years, and we now already, through partnership with the Behaviour Analyst Certification Board, which is housed in the United States but has international certification, we have managed to partner with them to create a unique opportunity for practitioners in behaviour analysis to certify here in Ontario. One of the things that we're currently doing is trying to get government to understand the importance and the value of certification, both from an accountability perspective in terms of the government's funding for those services, but also in terms, as I said before, the consumer, who clearly wants to be sure that they're dealing with people who are qualified and knowledgeable, and certification is a means of doing that. So for us it's critical to ensure accountability, and for us it goes even beyond, as I say, just the autism community. Behaviour analysts work in correctional facilities, so it involves Corrections Canada, health care in terms of continuing care, supporting individuals with acquired brain injury, for example, or traumatic brain injury. So it's an issue that I think, as I say, is important to all Ontarians, even if they're not as aware of it as they should be. That certification, as I said, is to us critical, and it already exists in some capacity, and it's about getting government on board with reinforcing it. I would like to go so far as to see government literally attach their funding to agencies and organizations and individuals who provide services, but doing so with the contingency that they can demonstrate through certification that they're qualified to do so. You know, we hear at ONTABA all the time about complaints from families and others about people who represent themselves as being qualified when they're not. So it's of considerable concern to us, definitely.
Thank you. What would you like to see, if I can just ask you your personal opinion, what would you like to see the next government do in order to move forward on this issue?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. As I said, I think I would really like to see government funding tied to credentialing, so that if government is going to give funding to an agency, and they're going to do that with the understanding that some of that funding is going to go to IBI services, or it's going to go to ABA services, whether that's attached to IBI or whether those ABA services are attached to the education system. I mean, look at Policy Memorandum 140, applied behaviour analysis where necessary and deemed appropriate in the school system. Who's qualified to deliver that? At this point, nobody that we are aware of is supervising that that's actually certified to do that. So what we'd like to do is see government be a little bit more responsible, if you will, about ensuring that those funding that they do deliver are attached to qualified, certified professionals.
Now, I understand that you've made some attempts to bring this issue to the government's attention in the past. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you were received?
We have. We've been working primarily with the Ministry of Children and Youth Services.
Right.
They have met with one of our subcommittees, the Transitional Certification Committee, that has been looking at developing certification beyond what currently exists. So as I said before, there is certification that is available with international standards for certification for Ontarians practicing applied behaviour analysis. But what we've been trying specifically to do is get government on board with also looking at qualifications of those who are more involving direct care, so that day-to-day working directly with the individual, call that sort of a support worker level. And we've been trying very hard to get them on board with that. And I'm not entirely clear that they appreciate the importance of it. They've met with us, we continue to meet, and we hope that they will take our interest in that level of certification very seriously. But there's a lot more work to be done, I think, in terms of convincing them of the benefits of it.
Okay. All right. Thanks again for joining us today
My pleasure.
And giving us your time.
Thank you.